What is a Dragonite to a Snorlax? Like, I really want to know that. You literally get in front of Dragonite's face, you throw a block. He can't deal damage to you. I think Snorlax right now in this meta versus Serena versus Dragonite, Greninjas is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You just jump on a Pokemon, you flail them down, you run block when flail's on cooldown, and you protect your team. But hey man, let's get into this game. I'm super excited to bring it to you. Got myself mixed up with a trio in solo queue. Twice, mind you. It was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun. But hey, let's dive into it. See you guys in a minute. Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to those around the world. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring Snorlax coming at you live in a master rank in the top lane. Today we had a special treat. It looks like I got queued up with a trio on my team in solo queue. And if those of you that are interested, he's a very, very good Greninja player. Hats off to the guy, man. I'll leave his link to his Twitch down here, in the description and down there. Mugi is pretty good. Respect is, given where it's due. Very good player. His teammates are also pretty good. We had a good time. We had a good laugh. Although, you guys disrespected my Gengar. What happened? We all know in my community, we all know on the YouTubes, I am far in between when it comes to Gengar content. Not a lot of us out here push Gengar content, you know what I mean? You guys laughed at my Gengar in top lane. We dominated that game. So, each their own. This game, we get paired up again. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, we get paired up again. Because matchmaking at its finest, right? They say it's fixed. It's not. Either way, we're here playing Snorlax. I'm doing my job as a tank, quotation marks. We're running scope lens, muscle band, and focus band on my Snorlax. We're not running buddy barrier, none of that nonsense. I don't need any of that. At least for my playstyle. I'm not saying it's not a good item. Just for my playstyle, I don't need it. My goal as Snorlax is always to be up in the front line. I don't care what's going on. I'm being in that front line. I'm protecting my carries the best way I can do that. We're running flail and block on Snorlax. That's what I typically would run. I don't like running Yawn because I think Yawn is lackluster. As soon as you miss that ability or as soon as you land that ability, it kind of forces you to go in, essentially. But sometimes you can whiff it, you know what I mean? You can miss and then it feels bad. You don't have nothing else to do. Whereas block in this meta right now, you deal with Serena, you deal with Dragonite, you deal with Greninja. You literally get in their face as Snorlax because you're a wall, right? You sit there, you tank as much damage as you can. It doesn't matter if you're doing damage, it matters whether or not you can protect your objectives, protect your teammate. You get in there, you block any Pokemon that's actually a threat to your team. And typically what happens, you win those objectives, you win those exchanges. We get that Dreadnought, no one got killed on our team. We get this goal, no problem. It was pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. But, on the side note, we all know I don't play a lot of Defender, right? Not saying that Defender is not fun. The playstyle for me, other than Snorlax, there's not a Defender in this game I think I could sit down and just play a lot of and have a good time with. I think Snorlax's playstyle in itself is very rewarding to play. Once you understand when you can go in, when you can't go in. By the way, this Greedent right here, so annoying. And I guarantee Mugi was getting very irritated with Greedent too. He's just always in the way. You know what I mean? As much as I hate to say it, we're not supposed to chase Greedent. We all know that. But sometimes you literally have no choice. Sometimes, he's just in your jungle taking your farm, what have you. You can't just let him do that all the time when your team is around. You guys can collapse on him. Do so. Now in a solo queue environment, that's hard to do. We all know that. Because everyone is doing their own thing. Because you know what you're going to do as a player, but you don't know what your teammates are going to do. You know what I mean? But when you're inside of a group, for example, where you're playing in the Discord, you're in communications, what have you, if you guys are around that Pokemon, around that Greedent, and y'all can collapse on him as a unit, go for it. You ain't doing anything negative by collapsing on Greedent and getting him out of the game for a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Whereas in this top lane right here, I'm not trying to sit here and 1v1 him or fight him. I want him to leave my Cramorant alone. That's all I was up to do. That was it. And guess what? Nobody died. We got him to waste his Unite move, and we're out, right? We did our job. We did great. Whereas sometimes you'll run into these Snorlax players in general who just think that as soon as they jump into a fight, it's just like, hey, I'm a tank here. I tank damage. Where's my team? if you're not mindful of where your team's positioned at, you can get yourself in more trouble than you realize, because you can't just jump into a 1v5 and just say, hey, I'm a tank. I tanked everything, guys. You guys didn't do that. That's not how it works. I'm sitting here trying to protect our objective here, and I got LD with me as well. I was a little bit spooked with just LD and myself down here, and I guarantee you we're a little bit spooked because everyone else kind of peeled off a little bit. While we're sitting back here, we're trying to fight for this Dreadnought. We end up getting it. I don't know how it happened, but we ended up getting it. He did really, really well, actually. And most players in solo queue, now mind you, LD is also in the trio with Mugi. Now most players in solo queue, they kind of panic in certain situations. And that's no fault to the player, because like I said, this might be a lot of people's first MOBA. You know, Pokemon Unite might be a lot of people's first game, right? For example. But in the mindset where you're playing a tank, you just gotta get up in there, protect the team, and just soak damage. I'm waiting. Mugi's coming up here. I did as much as I could in that situation. I try to get the Dreadnought. We try to peel back. Mugi gets a fantastic Unite move in that group. Just fantastic. He comes up here and cleans house. Like I said, phenomenal Greninja player. And sometimes all it takes is a little bit of initiation. And I know he knows what he's doing, right? But in the solo queue environment mindset, this is how I speak to my community, how I speak to my, everyone else. In a solo queue mindset, you're playing Snorlax, right? If you got a couple team members with you, and you can do that initiation, and you know they'll back you up, go for it. Go ahead and do it. Do your job as a tank, as an initiator, to get up in there, soak damage, and your team can hopefully peel for you. I know that's very rare, but sometimes you get those games where, it pays off, it pays dividends. And then you feel really, really good about playing that defender, playing that support Pokemon. Feels great. But either way, man, I've had a lot of fun playing these two games with them. Obviously, I put out Gengar yesterday. I'm not going to go ahead and back-to-back Gengar right now, I appreciate you guys, respect. Now, I might post it later. We'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see. But either way, I'm having a lot of fun playing with Snorlax right now. I figured, why not do no Snorlax game? Why not have fun with Snorlax some more? Again, we get up there, we peel for Mugi, we peel for our DPS. In this situation here, we had, what's his name, Cramorant was already safe on his side. He has all the crowd control in the world to protect him. He had a Wigglytuff and Eldegoss on him as well. I'm sitting down here we're like separated, as you can see. I'm sitting right next to Mugi and stuff. We're good. We got it. We got the peels off, and again, now we're inside that choke point here with Snorlax. A lot of players do this, in the low tiers of Ultra or Veteran or what have you. Great, like Masters, you'll see it all the time. Eldegoss has Unite move, Wigglytuff has Unite move, and you got to keep in mind they're support Pokemon. They do have Buddy Barrier typically, and I pop my Unite move. We're all good. We're golden. It's just the way that you have to move around certain objectives is something you gotta be mindful of when you're playing tanks, you're playing those supports. And this is coming from somebody who plays Gengar pretty much all the time, plays Chistrina all the time. It's just one of those ordeals where once you understand that Pokemon and the concept of what they're supposed to do and when to go and when not to go in, you guys are gonna have a lot more fun with the game. You can't just be like, well, this person called jungle, I called jungle, they're stealing my jungle farm, now I'm going AFK. You can't do that. You know what I mean? But hey, each their own. Hopefully you guys have fun watching this. Hopefully you guys have fun playing the game. I was glad to be part of this in a random solo queue environment. Hopefully you guys keep climbing. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been Pawse Play. Smash that like button. Come join that Discord. Come tell me I suck. It is what it is. I'll see you guys in the very next video. I'm gonna head out.